After the defeat of Takeshi Nakazato's R32 from Takumi Fujiwara, and before the mainstream success of Brian Connor's R34, there was the underrated GTR, the Skyline R33 GTR.
In this video, we're going to feature this legendary and very famous na car. It's considered as one of the most iconic and important GDM cars in history. It's the Nissan Skyline R33 GTR, owned by Boss Mark. Boss,
Hi.
good afternoon.
Afternoon.
And we have our special guest for today also. It's Boss Lance from Wasabi Factory. Boss Mark, pwede mi ma-share nimo sa kuan a little kanang backstory lang or history lang na car yun sa nimo pag-acquire?
Yeah, hello everyone. I got this car during COVID time, mga 2020. It was just like a nice project to have because I came from like having a restoration for a classic muscle car, pero wa na ko gi-finish, and then this came up for sale man, so I grabbed the opportunity to get a GTR because I always wanted to get one since I was a kid, kanang from the maximum tune days in Time Zone. So mao na ni ang build karon. It took us around almost 3 years to build the car. So I got it around mga 6 out of 10 pa siguro to ang shape. Then now it is what it is now. Diba?
So, you mentioned boss ni nag-build kag mga muscle cars before, no? Pwede nimo ma-enumerate sa
I had lang, it was like a college project, pero kato there was a lot of conversions to be done.
Okay.
So then this car was already running at that time. So I thought it was just a fixer-upper. Pero we ended up changing almost everything. A full-blown build na jud. So at first, I actually contacted Lance in 2021 after he did a few projects of mine sa mga Beetle nako o mga Miata o katong ako Mini. And then he did a really good job with the paint, no? So on my car. So this was like ready na. I was like, okay, I'm done having fun. I tried to drift this in Kart Zone and did everything. Naglingaw-lingaw ra jud ko ani, and then I decided, okay, it's time to restore the car na siguro, make it nice. So I had him coat it. At first he was like, sige, pwede running wash over. And then 80,000-90,000 turned into times 15. 16. So at first it was like wash over lang, and then upon inspecting, like I didn't like seeing the stuff like not done yet. So especially like the engine bay and all those stuff. So I told Lance, okay, let's take out the engine, let's take out the transmission, let's do the whole
so ang
thing.
engine bay na painted na pud siya na kuan.
Actually, everything.
Tanan jud. Okay.
Everything, we tried to fix everything. Yeah. So technically, almost everything here was
New na
being
jud.
restored na.
Including the engine, no?
The engine, yeah, the top overhaul and upgrade build na jud siya with super tech valves and everything.
Kinsa may nag-build nag-top overhaul sa kuan sa engine
The one who did it is si Lord Seno.
of staging
So
lines.
he was the one of staging lines.
Yeah.
He was the one who did it, and he also did some of the wiring works here. Nga gitarong yun niya og convert.
Okay, so R33 is JDM jud na ko ano? Car walay
Yeah.
local release.
Walay local. It
Oh.
was all released in Japan and maybe some parts in Australia siguro.
Oh.
Pero it was all right-hand drive.
Oh yeah.
And then
Converted.
I got this car converted already, and then with a Zafiro dashboard.
Okay.
So
Pero,
amo lang gyud gitarong na to make it looks like good, stylish, and then murag OEM. Pero I also have the original right-hand drive na dashboard jud, like original ones.
nice.
Yeah.
Atong tanawon later ang ko ano dashboard ng gimin ni Boss Mark
Ha.
na for makita taon sa ka seamless og kamoy nagbuhat Boss Lance no? Nagtrabaho sa convert.
So Zafiro dash.
Unsa ka nindot ang pag-convert nila sa dash. For now exterior sa ta. So pwede ta mag-walk around unsay mga nabuhat na rin na kon?
Okay.
Upgrades?
What's up, everyone? So let's start with the rims.
Okay.
So I got this car with these rims already. It's the MB wheels, MB battles. So this isn't really a top tier rim, but then it was with the car already, and I wanted to keep the look lang. But I also have the original R33 GTR rims also.
Nice.
It kept in Lance's shop, I think, right now. So that's the one now. Because among build ani was I wanted it to be OEM plus. So just a few upgrades, your cosmetics gamay. But then I wanted to keep it like not wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So subtle lang. So a few Nismo parts.
With Brembo dyan na siya na brakes, no?
This came standard with the car.
Standard, oh.
Yeah. Like all R33 GTRs, murag ang front, murag ang nose niya ni droop manggod.
Oo.
So ni kuha ko ani, I was able to find front hood extension.
So accessory na siya na
And yeah.
So nadyo na siya kanang sa Nissan na kuha dyan.
Na jud sad. Nismo had
Nismo.
one, diba? The 400R has. So we just followed the here.
Asan na mo siya na source? Boss?
I sourced it from the US, siguro to, no? Yeah, I got it from the US.
Okay.
Yeah.
So murag dako mahal-mahal jud ni US pag with the shipping.
Every part that's not new here is from
US.
from US and Japan.
Yeah. Sa front more to ang yung murag na add lang nimo na.
And the lip.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, the splitter. Like a lip lang, a tiny lip. Because the front, this one used to be black man.
Okay.
Black na. So,
Ano
also-
siyang GT na badge?
so I think that was a homage from the classic nga katong
Ato mga Ken Mary na mga
Ken Mary and like
okay.
that nga Skylines. They all had those
okay.
badges.
Signifies Grand Touring.
Grand Touring, okay.
The nice thing with this car was it had everything. It was complete when I got it. So it had all of those. I didn't need to source any. So this was original from the car pa jud.
So at least no, imo siyang gi-enjoy first. Imo siyang
Yeah.
gi-drift, gi-race,
Ang buang lang.
bubuan niya and then
Dili sa dingon drift kay I don't know how to drift. You try, give power slide.
power slide. Then at least karon looks like brand new na jud guys,
Yeah.
Amazing work kayo sa Wasabi Factory na output. And this is fresh from B2B pa no, from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Unsa gyud yung mga awards na daogan niya boss? Okay. Kaya ang best of show ang kuan man pod. R32.
The R32 Grady GTR.
From basing on the awards sa kang Boss Mark nga GTR 33, ay lang mo kay Bong if na second or third ana kay ang iyang katigi pod ang iyang big brother na may R32 nga naka-Grady pod nga kit nga kuyog niya, so sila ray nag-competition.
All built by the same guy.
Yeah.
Unsa gito na mga cars ang imong gi-display sa B2B?
Kuan bali they were 5 and you can see
duha ka
Skylines. GTR, so
Okay.
33, 32. Ang kana ang
Imuhang-
Yaris nga gi-convert to Vitz RS tanan. And then isa ka GRB STI of KJO Kelly.
Okay.
And very rare DB8 Type R Integra nga 4-door na siyang Integra. This is mostly what really was the cream of the crop sa builds good sa Wasabi for that moment nga murag napasubo sa di ba as a shop nga at least we can go from detail to detail with a car that's not common because usually that's the challenge mong good.
Bitaw.
And it also helps us to grow in regards with having unique builds. So si Boss Mark mo na siya ang gibuhat nako karon puro na mga unique yung build. So karon we are currently having a secret project, so you'll see that maybe
Ay.
soon once
Soon.
moment because it's you could say nga on top ang build ato ani. So
Ay,
mas extreme to siya.
Ay. Unsa ka na ano? So ato lang i-look
Pohon,
forward
pohon.
sa tanawon pohon. Okay, so back to the kuanta kaning GTR. Sa kanina kuan diri na trim diri sa side. Unsa ni accessory na pud min?
That's also an accessory sa Nismo. But luckily I was able to source that pa. Brand new pag yun na.
from US gyapon.
Yeah, from the US Japan. But I think they got it in Japan.
Oo.
So the Nismo pillars. This one also there's a Nismo cover here.
Okay.
Then sa inside there's also mga Nismo bits.
Okay. Tanaw na
And
to
also
niya.
sa rear.
Sige, tanaw to sa rear.
Yeah.
Ato to sa rear.
Oh, okay. So that's also a Nismo flap. This one's a Nismo. The original one came in black. Yeah.
Akan ning kuan,
Body color.
duct sa kuan, spoiler.
This one's also an extension sa carbon fiber extension.
Gurney flap.
Yeah, gurney flap.
Kasi to what?
A gurney flap. It's called a gurney flap.
Okay. And then ang kuan iconic na kanang skyline na quad eye.
Taillights.
Quad eye. So makita mo ani na taillights, makaila dayon mo kay Kaya mo na Skyline jud siya. Di ba tanan dili ra man na GTR tanan Skylines inani man, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh.
Four tail
So
lights.
ever since na nagkuha ng Skyline no, mo naman ni nag-quad eye naman sila. Ang baksi lang to gamay sa una itong mga
Kuan
classic.
lang, si Hakoska, ang mga
Hakoska.
in Mary, dili pa kayo
Di pa
prominent.
circle.
ang
Ah,
quad.
okay. So, kuan day, fun fact lang, gitawag sa ni sila og nickname as Godzilla. They earned the nickname na
Yeah,
Godzilla, di ba?
32.
From
Yeah,
R32. Because of the success R32, di ba?
Sa
Kani murag
Australia.
dili siguro ni Godzilla sumures lang ni kay tambok man.
Ah, okay. Pero halos tanan gitawag nila Godzilla ang kuan
Yeah,
na
because of the
R33 o
32.
30, yeah, 35, labi na 35.
Yeah.
So, kuan,
Misconception.
misconception.
Yeah.
Pero sa ang R32 dyan na nickname ang
Ang si Godzilla. It's because of the Australian
Grand Prix?
Championship.
Oo.
Sa Australia. So, ang Australians, pag abot ni Japan, kita sila ni Calsonic
Oo.
nga 32, nga giharos sila tanan.
Oo, halos tanan. Ah, halos
Si Godzilla
tanan, no?
ni-attack sa
Oo.
Australia.
Okay,
So,
Japan,
yeah.
syempre Japan,
Oo.
then Monster,
Oo.
Godzilla. Then nakakuha ni siya RB26 no? DETT.
DET na lang ni kay
DET.
one turbo naman lang na.
One turbo na lang,
twin
dili na
turbo.
siya. Di na siya twin turbo.
Not anymore.
Okay. Pero pagkuha ni mo, twin turbo pa siya.
No, single na convert na sa
Convert
previous
na.
owner.
Less
Okay.
problems man as per the builder.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige.
Fun fact is the previous owner was attorney tuner. So
Okay.
he was the one who tuned the car also before.
So siya na ang nagkuhan
A few years ago.
nag-convert into single kuha na lang.
Oh, kay Murag, I think like all the old GTRs jud, ang twin turbo nga setup Murag since ceramic man siguro to ang ilang turbo pa. Eventually through time it really just blows up.
Degrades, yeah.
It degrades. It doesn't work na. Mabrittle siya. So mo na ang uban shortcut is they put a single turbo na, they change everything.
Okay.
And then mas sayo na sa tune.
Bitaw.
Especially knowing that parts here is
Yeah.
quite hard to find. So mo
Lisod
na.
jud kayo. Lisod man gani ang uban ng mga cars abutan ni na
Yeah.
rare na kayo
Actually,
na.
only a few sites have GTR parts. Jud. Like lisod dito kayo even in the US.
Lisod eh.
Usually I get it in Japan and there are some ganit yun nga. I have a friend who has like kanang contacts there sa mga surplusan there in Japan.
Japan.
So he has to buy it and bring it in.
So ang kaning iyang exhaust, iyang muffler, unsa ni siya boss?
HKS,
HKS silent
Thailand.
high power.
high power muffler.
4-inch.
4-inch
4-inch.
from the turbo to the rear.
No? Straight?
Oh,
Yeah,
straight.
Grabe.
sounds like the Fast and Furious car again.
So yato mag-sound check daw niya pwede ra.
Yeah,
Oh.
whether
Sige, so mo na yung walk around on the side same ra. Then mo function pa na yung pole na kon.
yeah, everything is functioning in the car.
So yung kon famous pud na rear wiper.
And the Caro Zero stereo.
Yeah.
So that's the one that we try to keep, Jude.
Pag ko na ni diha na.
All
na
from
siya.
the factory, Jude.
Okay.
Kanang air filter man siguro na ang usasad gani.
Oh.
From the
Yeah,
factory.
from the rear, this ang dili stock. So Mark was able to source Nismo inspired flares para sa likod. So ang V-spec kasagaran ng naarani.
Okay.
But we were able to get that. Yeah. It's not a perfect fit but it looks the part yun noon.
Smooth naman siya, seamless naman po. So,
Oo.
kuan po. Ikaw po na niya ni
Ang ni retrofit
Okay.
basta kanina po ni kay it shoots flames man so why not protect
Bitaw.
the bumper kay murag di na ra bata kita glain.
Rare na kayo.
So mo lang yun ang target ni Boss Mark ani is OM plus lang yun siya. So if you don't see it closely, you'll see nga it's a plain GTR with rims but once you go near it, the more you'll see the parts that were installed that weren't common or it's not from the factory ba. Nagitaod pa. Goal mo niya is to daily drive his projects man. So as much as possible, bahala na dong taas ang precious gasolina.
Bitaw.
I-daily give mo niya. Oh, muna.
Speaking of daily, pila may gas consumption?
Aka na, yeah.
I think without flooring it, which is barely impossible, maybe 1:3.
What?
Pero karon murag 1:2 na siguro. And usay maybe 1:1 sa Jude.
Ala.
Because we tried in CC Lex, I put 2,000. Pagbalik, I needed to gas up.
Well, same sa gingon ni kanang Boss James sa previous na video, kanang gas per smiles per
Smiles per gallon.
per gallon so smiles
Per
per
liter
gallon.
lang ako, adi
Per
ba
liter.
per gallon.
Okay, liter mata dire. And diri sa Cebu R33 kanira di ba?
Yes.
Yes.
Kay 32
Murag na apay
duha.
2.
Oo. Kay si Kirby na R32.
At
Diba?
GTT man to.
GTT to.
There's
Dili
two
na GTR. Okay.
GTRs. One is black and one is white.
One is black previously from him.
Di mo gyapon?
Yeah, but
before.
I had it for a short time lang. Wala ra kay ito na gamit na ako sa.
Then the 32 that was with the show
Okay.
is the second na, which is technically the only GTR now because that will be in Luzon if ever. No?
The 30.
Your black?
No, the black one's just here pero i-keep ra. Wala.
Stock lang, stock.
Gitago ra.
Daghan pa to iayo.
Pwede ta mo tanaw sa engine bay karon?
Yeah, okay ra.
Ato ra ato check ang engine bay. Okay, so muna atong engine bay. Makita ninyo fresh kayo. RB26 DET na lang. DET. Pwede mi ma-explain sa mga modifications o mga what's under the hood.
Okay, so I think first we can start with the big ass turbo.
Okay.
So actually this turbo is actually too big for the car.
So muna yung gingon kanina na since one na lang.
Yeah, it's actually too big. I have a smaller one also pero naka-keep ra. So in case if ako na ni ipakaboom, nana ko yung extra.
Nara extra.
So it actually starts sucking air na dyan mga 5,000, 5,600 na RPM. So medyo taas na dyan kay siya. Even if the car's red line right now is around 8.5, it's quite high na
Yeah.
dyan.
High revving man sila na mga
High revving sa dyan siya. And especially now nga murag ilis na ang mga valves ana. I have dual spring retainers and all those.
So aside sa kanina turbo, unsa pa may laing modification? Ani ang kaning ko ano ba ni?
Yeah,
Straight from
That's an original
strut bar.
strut bar. Then aside from that, I think the major thing here nga we changed also our the ABS delete. So this is
na-delete ang ABS?
Akong i-delete.
So GK Tech na ang
Okay.
Pero ang brake master cylinder
Yeah.
naa pa sa
Japan because
Right.
because we didn't change the setup of the turbo na to put it here kay
it's another big.
So ang mga ko ano, ang conversion appeal na ang ko na mga
Yeah.
tanang mga internals dito sa sulod na.
Oh, I had manggod nga a plan if ever I was gonna keep this long term.
Oh.
And then the long pwede nga mo balik sa
Right
right
hand.
hand. You
Oh.
can use it right hand. So
Bitaw.
I had everything na prepared so that I could put it back to
Bitaw.
right hand. So I didn't want Lance to put a hole here, change the
Change that.
the
move
firewall, move everything. So I was like, keep it na lang sa bahala na lang, like not really bahala pero like
this. Yeah, still
I don't have the brake feel lang. That's the only minus
Mole yang mga gamayng
Downside.
downside. Like I don't have the brake feel
Okay.
lang.
But it breaks. It's just that when you
Dili kini mo
Quite soft.
sudden ba?
Oh.
Soft lang siya.
Soft pa. Ano?
Pero maanadaan na po na pero
Anad rapod. And then because I really wanted it to be brought back to
right hand, di ba? Para at least kuan siya 100% na
Yeah.
siya na kuan ba all.
Pero Porsche is the king. So that's why.
Karon pa sa bitaw ko kabantay na para dire ang kuan
Yeah.
wala din na convert.
Okay,
Porsche is the
as per
answer.
the guys who go sa Tomato Garage
Kamay.
sa Manila, what they've been doing is very tedious ba? If ever man good mag full left hand
Oh.
taog mga right hand cars, labi na sa kaninga platform
Oh.
sa mga GTRs is once you put the hydrovac here, it's close to the downpipe
Bitaw.
sa turbo. So that boils the brake fluid. So if mo boil na murag babay brake
Wala,
na ka,
wala.
ug magbanat na ka murag nguros na lang jud ka. So mo na siya ang ginabuhat gid nila is the header moves front and then the turbo moves to the front to give space to the
Oh.
master and the hydrovac. So dako-dako jud nga trabaho niya. Given the goal of Boschmark nga i-right hand
Balik
siya,
right
so why not just keep it the way it was na lang.
Bitaw murag kuan naman na murag na naman pass naman na ang bill, di ba? At manay murag requirement murag same sa US ba?
Yeah.
Pila ka years?
Oh, 40.
40 years.
Hopefully nga kuan kay
Okay na.
sa recently nanggawas gid ning mga GTRs
nanggawas
kay ang
na.
sa Mias si Auto Plus nagpagawas man siya hakos ka nga right hand gid. So mostly we're going there na siguro
Bitaw.
because they're getting ready. So
Bitaw.
if ever this does not go and then a
Papadong
Porsche
na
comes by, then why not just keep it?
Oh, keep it.
Depende ra gid sa ato ang bossing.
And
So-
ang suspensions ani ang kuan ani.
Kana. So given old car naman, so this year this has turned 28 and suspension wise when we tore down the car, busted na gyud ang GTR nga OEM shocks. So Mark
Given
wanted to have
20 plus years na.
20, yeah, at that time 26 years.
26.
Oh, nya. Yeah, it's still at the So pang museum piece na to niya. So mo oh. So karon this is sitting on Bilstein or Bilstein shocks, front and rear, but maintaining the OEM spring. So how the GTR would feel sa ride mo na ni mostly ang iyang closest good.
Okay.
Oo. So mo na gini ang stock height sa GTR with wheels. Nga goal was to have it a daily driver, so mo nang wala lang na mag-lower kay mubo kay siya ang angle of approach. So pero may sangit, suki gyud siya sa sangit. Mo nang kasagaran sa Japan, US, Airsus or naka-airbags gid sila if they want to maintain a ride height. Pero mo na sayang ang driver performance because it's a GTR and you just want to go for looks. So depende gid siya sa imong. That's what is it is man gyud. It always depends on what use man gyud ang sakyanan. When gusto ka good looking but you won't have the comforts of driving it as
Pero
hard as
muna
you
na siya
can.
stock height na siya. Nindot mo siya tanawon.
Oo. Ang kuan lang, mostly all-wheel drive cars bisag ang mga Evos o bisag tanan is dagko kay siya front fender wheel gaps niya, ang ihang wheel wells.
O labi na sa Evo kay rally car.
Oh, mo na, same sila. So kasagaran kay mugbo mo kay sila turn radius ang all-wheel drive cars, so they turn like a truck.
Hapit na siya ma-full.
Hapit na ni. Oh.
Full na ni.
Oh. So mugbo gyud kay sila turning radius. Mo ginay downside sa all-wheel drive.
Daga ani nya mo U-turn ka. Ngita na lang gagdago.
From the engine bay side, amo na was what Boss Mark said. Wala na tay ABS. The ABS module will be here, man. It's just to keep and make sure that we have brake always. Kay being the module being very old, we won't know.
A matter of time
bigay na noon nga.
bigay na.
While magbanat ka, so mulak din lisod na.
Delete na lang.
Oo. So we also have this. So to keep paint. Namgani gyapon no bisag kay init gyud siya. Init gyud siya ang engine bay. So naa siya yung mga heat shield sa turbo bar. So that's the map sensor. Or yeah. Oh no, the boost controller. Yeah, boost controller.
Blow-off valves.
Blow-off valve, wastegate. Blow-off valves are at the bottom right. HKS twin
Makita.
blow-off. So di makita nasa ilawom. So subtle lang gyud siya tanawon.
Doon na ni sa kuan ang kuan ning intercooler no.
Oh, na kana sa gipaint na mo black pero di makita. So slipper gyud siya nga build
Di
ba.
siya makita.
Oh.
So na kay.
Then given nga Philippines ta, we also installed OEM gapon siya Nissan but not from the GTR. We installed another fan here para at least cool ang temperatures. So mo nang na-move ang atong horn dire.
Okay.
Kay huot jud kay siya nga engine bay.
Bitaw.
Oo. So under this is a lot of things.
Another
na bagong fan dia. Oo.
Then a cooling plate.
Cooling plate. This is CF sourced by Boss Mark again. US gapon. So mostly that's the team lang. Subtle CF, black, GK Tech nga braided lines, kani clutch fan ug ang kani ang iyahag yung fan blade ug ang clutch fan. So these are all brand new na from Australia.
Pero ngun ani siya.
Clutch fan gyud siya. Oo. Yeah, some people like especially if they drift it, they don't use the fan electric but again, Mishimoto, so that's another story of wiring and everything. So why not just keep it OEM plus again?
Ang radiator ani mo pa ni siya, stock pa ni siya.
Dili na. That's the engine bay wise.
Sige. Pwede ta mo move ta interior. Na to sa seamless ang conversion.
So going inside sa interior, so mo ni siya. So we wanted to preserve the old carpet, so we went ahead and got some Caro inspired matting first of all. Yeah, di na siya original but to maintain the originality, we got the plates na lang from the GTR.
So gibalhin
balhin tanan. Pero at least GTR gid siya tanawon gyapon.
Pero ang stock na matting unani gyapon look.
Same.
Almost the same. Okay. Gray and light gray lang siya.
Okay.
So, as you can see there this is A31 Zafiro nga dashboard. So if matan-aw nimo mura siya para GTR gyud.
Kung dili ka makaila,
wala jud ka kitag sud sa GTR, murag mo na gyud na siya. Oo. So to achieve this, we had to change and cut some of the parts here or add parts sa 31 nga dashboard.
Okay.
Para at least ang iyang distances, iyang gaps, makakita ka nga mura gyud siya inline sa tanan. So
Okay, seamless.
kanira ang GTR na lang. Kani. Kani siya.
Ang kaning
Center
seats.
seats full GTR gyapon
Okay.
ni. Oo. So these are custom kay especially kaning nga mga seats labi na sa kaynaog given nga daily ang
Oo.
approach. Protect na to ang seats so natay mga seat guards diri kay mao gini sa kaynaog slide man ang lubot sa mga tao. Especially sa driver.
Oh.
Dayon interior chest na ay shift boot from Gredi. Handbrake boot from Gredi sa
Gredi po.
this is reupholstered. So everything here. So i-maintain lang nato ang subtlety.
Mm.
Race dash.
Custom for the 33. And then this is an optional Momo steering wheel
For the Nissan.
for the Nissan GTR. Oo.
Okay.
So kanang katalog ni siya nga steering wheel. Ang original nasa likod and then you have at the back for memorabilia is an classic
Nismo.
classic Nismo steering wheel good.
Yeah,
So, yeah, as you can see more subtle ra kay siya kay given gani nga Japan siya so we wanted to convert everything but keep a minimal look. So if there's a surprise here, so mo ni there ang EFR gauge na mo diri nakatago.
mura man nig katong ko kanang Fast and Furious ko magay na.
Oh, napanya na boost gauge para sa boost. So provisions. And then it's not sitting on a stock ECU kay again tuned man siya so that's a link ECU peeping.
Okay.
Oo. So, more na ang interior kanang to the minimalist of minimals.
Then ang
Nya,
Oo.
kani, all original, ceiling, kanita ng all original. It's just that kanilang gid ang nausab.
ang kanipong rear view pod
Oo,
mismo na
nasa ni siya.
CF pod.
Oo.
Oh. Then ang kuan, ang gauge caster,
GTR.
GTR
Oo,
pod, stock din siya.
amo lang gikuan nga mura siya close to original ang placement pod.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Bitaw no ni sit
Ni sit
perfect pod
siya.
sa dashboard jud. Functioning ni ang radio.
Oh, function.
Okay.
Ang speakers na inibigay recently.
Okay.
Nasa ang gas tank.
Okay.
Oh, nismo sa
Okay.
With the stickers pa.
Original na or kuan?
Yeah.
Okay. Then ang rear na strut no?
OEM kaya po.
OEM jud.
Pwede na kikutang.
So mo na siya ang original na kuan.
Oo.
Okay. So mo to no na ato nang gi total walk around ang kaning R33 GTR. And boss basig na mo ganan i-shout out ato mga i-shout out ang mga nitabang o build ani na kuan.
First of all, shout out to ourselves. Okay, to the crew of course, Wasabi Factory. If wala sila, dili ni siya makumpleto nga build.
Beta.
Mo gina sila gyud number one nga na at least ni take sila sa and they've gone through with the OCNES, the check-ups, the repeats and everything for at least mo-solve din na mo. Nya, we're hoping there's a Manila Auto Salon standard po nga show if ever sa Cebu.
Beta.
Nga hopefully ma-showcase po na mo nga even though we're a little shop, we can give this kind of quality to you. So as well as to maintain the quality of the paint, this is coated. So intergalactic chemicals. This is tinted, prime
tinted,
protection films. If you don't see silver man siya, so amo siyang gibutangan og clear blue nga shade to complement the interior mo nang bugno kay tanawon sa gawas. Unya, of course, sa mechanical, we would not have this running well without Spexy. Thank you as well for staging lines for the top overhaul, Lord Senno. I think Mark's happy already. And also, my co-technician said for AC. So, even clear ni siya. Bugnaw gini siya aircon guys. Kay kanang as in, bugnaw kay brand new man tanan.
Ang kainit ra ba sa Cebu, grabe.
Brand new gyud ang AC system. Thank you to Boss Chris, which is my partner for aircon. Nga wala gyud ko pa niya let down sa any work sa aircon gyud. Bugnaw gyud siya. From the long time that this project was completed, I want to thank Boss Mark said for the patience and understanding. Finally,
For 3 years, no?
for almost 3 years. We've completed the build to his liking.
99%.
Mo jud.
Then, unsa may future plans ani na car?
Kana murag iyahan na ning stage.
Future plans. So, if ever someone gets it for the right price, then I'm willing to let it go as long
Okay.
as it's in a good home lang. But other than that,
Or
if
siya
wala,
rehoming na rehoming?
Dapat ingon ani gyud mo sa
Oh.
dating
Yeah.
abot ninyo.
pero if not, then I can just always keep the car.
Yeah.
Diba? Yeah.
Okay. Unsa may atong pa natay mga pwede ma-advise sa mga car enthusiast po nato or kanang nagplan na ganahan mag-build og kuan pero kani rare naman kani pero in general na general
okay.
na.
Kana, like,
Well guys, kana gyud ang mo boil down mo good if you want to build not any car, but for example, we're using like a commuter car like myself daily. First is always ask what do you want from your car and what do you want to build. Okay, if ever manggod wala pa ka ana nga clear vision, mission man gina. What's your clear vision of the car that you want to achieve? Okay, also bear in mind your daily expenses. If you have a family, if you're working nga kanang daily 9 to 5 lang ka, you should always make sure to work within your budget. Kana lang yun ang unas tanan.
Wala na magawan.
Lisod na kay labi na pamilyado ka mo nang kasabaan kasi mo misis kay car parts na tanan. Pero mo na siya joking aside, always make sure to build within your budget kana lang. So it's not about in life good ma-apply gyud po ng being practical. Because especially if you already have something like this. But as we've already discussed ganiha boss nga ang atuwa ding ug madili ni siya dili tanan ang makadili aning sakyanan na. So live within your means kana lang yun. And build within your means because it's not a race.
Bahalag dugay diba? Basta
This mo ni ang result, but this took 3 years to achieve this, even with the resources, the funds and everything. So we can make sure to be grounded as well. Sometimes if you want to build something, you can sacrifice but not sacrifice too much, because sometimes passion does not get you food on your table. So more na akong advice na gyud,
nag-build kag car para malipay
ka because that's your outlet ba. So mo lang na ako if you want quotes nga kanang, if you want advice, pwede ra gyud minimo doolon. We're open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. man. Mondays to Saturdays. O di ay mag-add di mo ba kanang message kana ingna sa kinsa mo kay di niya ko mo-add kay mao na ka daga nag fraud run. So wala, big thanks lang to Boss Mark and his friends kay sila ra gyud ang makaingon ko nga nakapapush na mo sa shop to bring this level of detail to a build. This is the cream of the crop for 2023. 2024, problem child na sa to na mo. Sana to siya. Sunod na po to sila nga GTR, bro. We're happy that we have 99% achieved what this car is supposed to be. That's it. We're car guys, so this is our reason to be happy, but not to be stressed. So why not enjoy cars? And I hope car culture in Cebu would be in solidarity or collaborative rather than us, gamay kay Cebu. If you want to own this car, if the price is right, this includes a right-hand drive dashboard from a GTR 33 good, unmolested, fresh na fresh.
Well kept.
This includes OEM R33 rims, nasa balay, complete with brand new center caps. This also includes everything that was tear down here. Naawara dito ang EBS module, naawara dito ang mga shocks, but again, if those are busted, so ayun na siguro to.
Memorabilia na lang.
Keep na to ni Boss Mark. And then there's a spare transmission. We'll plug in with Boss Poldo sa spec sheet ani para at least basta mo na ang among goal is not to sell it to someone who just uses it but takes care of it. So, okay, sayang pud kayo ang 3 years ng achievement, makuha lang pud ba?
Ang effort.
All the blood, sweat, money and effort.
Okay. So mo na siya final atong tanan ng final look sa R33 ni Boss Mark. For more videos like this, please like and subscribe to this channel. And see you on the next video. Pila no? Mga 400 plus ang wheel horsepower ano eh?
Ang wheel horsepower mga 380 siguro.
380.
Yeah. Quite bouncy lang here.
Pila ka kuan top speed nimo na kuan sa
I don't know how fast it was because I reached dili
ni max nang kuan
ni max na sa 180 na.
Oo, din no kay 180 pa mo din gentleman.
Ni max na siya. Yani change ko gear. Nitrato pa ko a bit. So I don't know how fast that was na. Untol lang kay din hinggo pa kay daan. Pero look, it's like delable naman.
Oh, okay naman.
di ba? Ay.
Nice. Nindot pa minaw na eh. Wala to, second gear
Second gear.
Grabe no, second gear pa ba? Kaya revving mo dyan, no? Usually mo shift ka og kuan, third gear on sana na kuan, speed.
My third gear was around na
80.
sunpak sa 180.
180 na.